Norwalk, where a sectional champion will be crowned. But will senior standout Evan Wangler and number 4 St. Paul celebrate in front of their home crowd? Or will Amarr Davis and his fifth-seeded Mansfield Christian Flames claim the title on the road? It's live and free tournament basketball streaming exclusively on the OH.REPORT, and it's all on the way next.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking. Cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog, and you're not. Hall of Fame coach turned future Hall of Fame host.
Now he's on TV hosting his own. Highlighting our team in the Joseph zone. Hall of Fame coach, now a host. Sharing our stories from coast to coast. From the court to the screen, he's the best. Jules legacy lives on in the Joe Show quest.
Because this is my show. And it's an all-new me in the new year. Deal with it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome inside of the Spherion Mid-Ohio pregame show for the Division IV Sectional Championship, featuring a couple of teams with some contrasting styles, with Mansfield Christian high-flying, high-octane offense going toe-to-toe tonight on the road in Norwalk against a St. Paul team that really likes to grind it out. I am Brian Skowronski. Abram Kaple will join me eventually here tonight on the call. But let's get you all set up for the contest, tell you everything that you need to know first about Mansfield Christian, the number 5 seed. They have been taking care of business, winning the games that they should all season long. Their 4 losses, all to quality opponents. They are one of the highest scoring teams in the entire state in Division IV. When you look at that gaudy 17 times on the season, they went over 70 points. They average more than that every single time they take the floor. So this is a Mansfield Christian team that has certainly been clicking on all cylinders all season long on the offensive side of things. And we all heard about this young man heading into the season, a freshman, Davion Mack, whose legs are absolutely just packed with dynamite. He's an explosive athlete, a smooth operator with the ball in his hands too. He leads the squad in 3 big-time statistical categories, and his points per game just continues to rise as the season has gone along. So this boy has grown into a man throughout the course of the season. He has been a true treat to watch. I've enjoyed very much watching him become a big-time threat in the Mid-Buckeye Conference, where Mansfield Christian finished as runner-up this season. 2 tough losses to Lucas, 64-62 on their home floor, and then they went on the road inside the Cub Cave and they dropped one 61-58, but they gave it everything that they had. It was a great season for Mansfield Christian, looking for win number 20 here tonight on the road inside of the Hangar, a place that not a lot of opponents come and win, at least not recently. The Flyers have been fantastic this season, particularly at home, and they're expecting another big-time showcase here in front of their home fans here in this one. And first, we'll set the stage with the playing of our national anthem. We'll get you set with the Star Spangled Banner, and then we will learn a bit more about St. Paul and how they earned the number 4 seed here in the Division 4 Northwest District 5. But first, let's please do pray and then honor America. With that, the table is set for some district championship or sectional championship action here inside of the Hangar. And with that, we do welcome in Abram Kaple, fresh off the street. Welcome here to Norwalk, Ohio, buddy.
I made it, guys.
Happy to have you here, and you're just in time to learn about Norwalk St. Paul and how they got that number 4 seed. This is a team, took a couple of bad losses, in my opinion, at Huron, at St. Mary Central Catholic. Their other 4 losses, all to good teams, pretty lopsided, but they scored a huge upset win late in the season over Crestview, their only loss so far, 21-1 team that's ranked in the top 5 in the state, to capture a piece of the Firelands Conference. Won big time in their sectional semifinal, so this is a team coming in with a lot of confidence right now, feeling like they can definitely knock off the Flames.
No, and they definitely should, especially on their home court, right, just a couple weeks removed from the win over Crestview. They got to feel good about things, so I'm excited to see them play. I know this is something that I've heard a lot of people like in the Mansfield area kind of talk about, that this is going to be a big one, and one of these teams, unfortunately, are not going to be able to move on to the district tournament. So
dive into our player spotlight tonight. Evan Wangler, Mr. Versatility is what I'm going to call him. He's only 6 feet tall, but he can play inside. Also a threat beyond the arc. He shoots it pretty well from long range, but you look at the 2-point field goal percentage. I mean, that's a high number regardless of what position, what size you are.
No, absolutely, and averaging near a double-double, 62, almost 63% from the floor, tells me that he's very efficient, tells me that he's smart, he's taking shots within the offense, and he doesn't force things. So definitely something you want having one of your better players.
Yeah, and I think he's a 3-year starter around here, so he's played a lot of varsity minutes, obviously hungry to get a win here on his home floor for a sectional championship, something that hasn't happened now with the Northwest District. Changing how they're doing things, getting to host here could be a big advantage tonight for Norwalk St. Paul, who finished as the champions in the Firelands Conference. There's a look at the standings. They upset Crestview, as I mentioned, late in the season after getting blown out. I watched the first game over in Olivesburg. 70-33 was the final score on January 11th, so what a turnaround a month later to go ahead and knock off Crestview.
Yeah, to have a 37-point difference, right, in a swing, regardless if it was a buzzer beater or not, it's still huge. And that tells me that they've made strides from the beginning of the season to where they're at now. And hopefully they feel that they're playing at their best basketball as we approach we are in the month of March now, so it's March Madness, baby.
Yeah, we're there. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and take a look at the Division IV Northwest 5 district, and you see all the teams that are lurking. Colonel Crawford, they're the #1 seed, likely going to be the opponent of the winner of tonight's game. Down on the bottom of the bracket, Lucas, a team that's taken care of Mansfield Christian twice. Seneca East, great team. I think one of those 4 teams that got a championship in the Northern 10, a psycho finish in that league this year. So I think there's a lot of quality small school teams in the area that I could see any number of 4 or 5 teams winning this thing.
No, I definitely think you're right by saying that. I think the top 5 seeds all have a legitimate chance. Colonel Crawford obviously being the 1 team, but I think if you ask anybody, and Coach Sheldon will probably tell you the same thing, they're a little bit different than what they have been, right? So there's a lot of parity in that district. Lucas is tough. I've seen them play. Seneca East actually beat Colonel Crawford twice, and then obviously we'll have the winner of this game probably there as well.
Take a look at my keys to victory tonight. We'll begin with Mansfield Christian here on the floor. I'm saying hyper speed, baby. You want to get up and down the floor. You got to make some shots in transition, of course, too, but I've seen St. Paul, they like to play low and slow, that good old-fashioned barbecue that takes all day to make. That's not Mansfield Christian and what they do. They like to run and gun. So if they can play at their pace, Abram, I think they win here tonight on the road.
I like that pick. I was looking at their score on the way here. I was not texting and driving. But, to score 90 points, especially now in a situation where you do have that running clock, 90 points is a lot, and you got to be extremely efficient. And like you said, you got to be playing at a lightning speed pace.
And for St. Paul, protect possessions here at home. This needs to be a slow or a low-scoring game for them to win and knock down a couple of threes. They've got a couple of key shooters. If you get open looks, you got to be able to come through, make the most of them. If they can do that, could be a fun night for these gentlemen to kick off the weekend here in Norwalk.
Well, and like we already talked about or alluded to, is they have the the advantage of playing on their home floor. So, they've been here before. I can't even tell you the last time Mansfield Christian has probably, if ever, played in this gym. So you got to think that, there's an advantage to being able to play in your home court in front of your home fans. So, give the slight edge maybe to St. Paul there.
Speaking of not being into this gym in a while, it's been about 4 years for me. I'm wandering around the school. I can't find the entryway because, of course, it's a little ways down the block here. So it took me about 15 minutes before I finally got into the gym. But we are here. We are set up and just about ready for some sectional championship action. And I think of all the games that are going down in the area tonight, at least on the OH.REPORT family of networks, this is probably the best matchup on paper. I really think this is going to be a good one. And with that, we'll wrap up our Spherion Mid-Ohio pregame show as we are just about ready for tip-off. We'll have Davion Mack, the stud freshman that I was talking about. He will tip it off here against Jacob Bocock. He's got a little bit of a height advantage, but the leaping ability likely favors Mack. It's going to be Mansfield Christian. First possession right away. They go down inside, and it'll be a turnover as that's dropped there by Dre Martin. Another exciting freshman. DeAndre Martin's had an unbelievable season. Double-digit score, 3 of them. Mansfield Christian boasts.
Well, and you can see early on here, Mansfield Christian with a little run and jump pressure.
But Norwalk St. Paul able to handle it. They'll get the first bucket, and that's Wangler. Johnny on the spot, making a nice cut to the hoop. Flames got him spread wide here. Half court, man-to-man to start for the Flyers. Or maybe not. Looks like an active zone.
Yeah, it looks like a tough shot there.
And that's going to be Davion Mack, one of the leading scorers in the Mid-Buckeye Conference this season. I think actually after the tournament game, he might be the top dog there in the league. Pick up his first foul here. Just riding the body on the sideline. Flyers with a toss inside. Wangler looking for a second bucket. Collects his own miss. Can't put it away. Those are ones you definitely will probably need to get tonight. As Mansfield Christian also coming up empty-handed.
Little early game jitters. I mean, even though it is game 23 for both of these teams, being in a tournament atmosphere is a little bit different as we see a turnover there from St. Paul. Everybody's just kind of playing maybe a little faster than what both coaches want right now.
Would have been a really tough catch for Michael Kirk and a tough pass to make there diagonally across the court. So both squads looking to ease into the evening and a little bit of an early start here, the 6 p.m. tip-off. These boys not really accustomed to that. That's the JV time normally.
Yeah, and you'll see here, you know, St. Paul's in a 3-2 or like a 3-2 matchup zone, and, you know, Mansfield Christian showing a lot of patience. Honestly, kind of looks like they're just trying to figure out what they're in. A little bit of confusion here from the Flames early on.
They'll now roll Amarr Davis to the high post. Kick out Martin, baseline drive. And he stepped out of bounds. The second turnover for the freshman here in the first couple of minutes. Flames are really well known for their full court pressure. It's given a lot of teams problems so far this season. And almost an over and back violation there.
Oh, delayed call. It's the right call. It's definitely the right call. He established possession in the front court and then threw it backwards. It just kind of took a second for everybody to register what actually happened.
Yeah, there's no question about it. See it there on the replay. So good for the side official here to come in and overrule the play on. As we're 2.5 minutes gone by, here's Davis going to work. Nice hop step in the lane, missed it, point blank range. But saved in bounds to him by Martin. Strong finish, M1.
Yeah, DeAndre Martin there with a really athletic save. Back to Amarr Davis, who kind of just happened to be in the right place at the right time off his own miss. A good, strong finish there. And Mansfield Christian looking to take an early 4-point lead.
Davis tonight can become Mansfield Christian's all-time career leading scorer with 18 points or more. Almost had points 3 and 4 right there, but he missed it. Wangler with the board. Great job flashing in, taking it away, and the foul's going to be called on Evan. This is Gabe Westfield coming up with the thefts. Second team foul against St. Paul. Davis misses last couple of shots now. Nice ball movement, a 3-on-2. It gets tipped into the hands of Davion Mack. Didn't see it coming backside, but the Flames will maintain possession.
Mansfield Christian got a lot of athletes on the floor. They're long, they're athletic. Playing hard here early on too, so a combination of all three things, you can see why they can score a lot of points in a hurry.
Over 70 per game they averaged on the season, and you talked about that 90 burger they just put up on New London. But they do have some youth as well, starting a couple of freshmen. Mack, very exciting, as is Martin, but with the good, you got to get some of that as well. 3 turnovers from him here in the first couple minutes. Corey Frazee dribbles into a trap. Now the Flyers got numbers, but they give it away, and they have not been able to find any rhythm either.
No, a little shaky start for them. And, you know, honestly, they've done a good job in the backcourt, you know, where the initial pressure is coming. It's just when they get into the front court and they ended up, you know, they've broken the pressure. They just kind of need to get it, just relax a little bit and get into their offense versus, you know, playing into the hand of Mansfield Christian where they're just trying to speed you up a little bit.
5-2 on the Mechanics Bank scoreboard, and I think in between trying to go for a massive dunk and a finger roll, and it cost Mac a chance for 2 points. Now the other way, pretty flip up, spins out though on the shot attempt for Bocock. Davis, head of steam, hesitation, wild shot. Mac collects the miss, and he's got the stick back.
Great hesitation move though by Davis. That was really nice. Just unfortunately not able to finish, but teammate there to pick it up on the offensive rebound.
Wangler over the top to Frazee. From the foul line down to the corner. Tough shot, at least the angle is, but bottoms up. Big one for Michael Kirk.
Yeah, much needed bucket there for St. Paul, and maybe that'll kind of settle them down here a little bit. See the ball go through the rim, and we're back to a 7-5 game.
Open look, Davis Wyszynski, catch and shoot, rattled out. Tipped into the hands of Jacob Bocock. And he'll walk it across the timeline, picked up by Mac. Under 3 minutes to go here, opening frame. Flames do come up with the turnover. They've got a 3-on-2 with Wyszynski from the mid-range. First points for Davis tonight.
Yeah, good decision there. It looked like he wanted to pass it, and the defense kind of just went away from the ball, and a nice little pull-up jumper there.
Little turnaround in the lane. Overshot everything to Corey. Now Martin. Runner down the lane, catches a piece of the back iron. Three ball opposite corner from the last make. Not this time for Frazee. Carrying violation now called against Davion Mack. Take a second look on the Buckeye Horizon replay.
Yeah, probably. Well, I think he carried it a little bit early in the possession. I think that was a little bit of a makeup call. He's going to head to the bench.
So Davion takes a seat, 5 points, leading the way right now. And it looks like we've got a spillage or something on the sideline over by the Mansfield Christian bench. And so that's a chance for the water boy to come out here and get some work. I appreciate his dedication.
That's kind of cool. They have water. I mean, I think he was going to the official.
Flyers trying to make it just a one-possession game. Here's Wangler, spinning his way in, blocked by Davis. Martin with the kick out, fresh off the bench. Here's Brock Rensel, air ball right into the hands of Martin. Leaves it off for Connor Louse, also recently entering the game. And a 3-second violation, a rare call. So we'll see here, there's Rensel.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention since it was away from the ball.
Deep pass, I think last touched by Norwalk. Yeah, it's going to be knocked out of bounds by St. Paul. Kirk would have been able to make that catch. Could have turned towards the rim. But you can tell, I think it's the pressure has kind of gotten to him a little bit right now if they're trying to make those deep passes.
No, it definitely has. I mean, they got to be up to 4 or 5, and Mansfield Christian is in that full court man, and you know when they do inbound it, they're coming from behind with some traps.
There's Louse, long rebound out, another offensive board, and they make them pay. Straight to the rack. 2 points for Davis Wyszynski. His second field goal so far tonight. Off the tip, another tip. Rensel knocks it in bounds. Here's Louse out ahead of the field. Lost it, but right to the hands of Martin. Can't cash it in. Almost a big break for Mansfield Christian. Davis with the undercut, shot missed at the hoop by Kirk. Pace really favoring Mansfield Christian.
Yep, and they're going to hold here for the last shot of the quarter, though.
Davis goes to work, 5 seconds, step back, zips it inside for Martin. Pretty play. Taking us to the end of the first quarter, 13-5. Mansfield Christian with a big first quarter here on the road.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
So we welcome you back inside of the hangar. Norwalk St. Paul at the free throw line. They trail by 8 to open up quarter number 2. But they've got a point here from Michael Kirk. I'm Brian Skowronski alongside Abram Kaple tonight. Exciting matchup. Sectional champion will be crowned. The 4 and 5 seeds battling it out right now, and it's the lower seed having the run of play. Here's Mansfield Christian up by 7. And their starters, well, 4 of the 5 back on the floor. What a move by Davis. The spin, whoa, off the backboard.
Yeah, really tough move there by Amarr Davis. Oh, Mansfield Christian gets caught sleeping.
Michael Kirk cherry picking out ahead of the pack. Probably the 2 easiest points he'll have all tournament.
Now, St. Paul looks like they've gone man a little bit, but they're playing soft on a couple kids. Good move there.
It's Davion Mack taking it to the rack. Left side, right hand finger roll. Crazy dribbling out of trouble. Sets up Kirk from the corner. Lets it fly, and he reigns it home.
Yeah, really got good job there. Set up nicely by Corey Frazee. Kind of got to the paint, drew help, and kicked out.
Louse count match at the other end as that three-pointer comes up short. Take a look at the last triple try, though, from that corner. In both threes Norwalk St. Paul has made has been from an open corner look.
And he well, looks like.
What are you seeing out there, Abe?
Well, I thought they were switching to a zone press. But here's the thing, against pressing teams, you know, they're gambling in the backcourt. So if you have not just this last possession, but the possession before, to where you can break that pressure and you can get a paint touch, there is open opportunities because they're gambling and they're willing to give up easy stuff on the back end. As you know, they've given up 5 easy ones here to start the quarter. So if St. Paul can kind of settle down a little bit and get through this first wave of pressure, I think they're going to be all right. And I think with the second quarter, they're going to settle in a little bit and be in a good spot.
Nothing but net for Davion Mack, starting to heat up. He's got 9 to lead all scorers.
Yeah, right as I said, they're going to be all right. He makes a shot like that, and if he's going to continue to do that, it might be a long night for the Flyers.
Long two came into the hands of Dan Schwan, who missed the second chance try, but a turnover here, stripped away by Landon Fries. He's got Renzel on him. Flyers got it spread out. 2 men on this side. Sets up Frazee straight away. Mack with the rebound. Two-man game with Mack up top. Being patient. Now Davis pulls up from the foul line. Cashes out.
Yeah, that's another tough shot, too. They made 2 or 3 mid-range jumpers that are, the degree of difficulty is extremely high. And they're making it look easy right now.
Double-digit lead for Mansfield Christian. As that stripped. A turnover, but they say Amarr Davis had a shoe on the end line. Take a look here. Referee's right there. So a break for St. Paul. Off the giveaway, they get it right back.
St. Paul with a little flex action there. Out of the baseline out. They're in much need of a bucket, and that's a big one there. Corey Frazee called his name a couple times, so he looks like he's came ready to play.
It's his first field goal of the evening. Trims the deficit down to 8 as Davis cuts through, and he can play down on the block. I've seen this kid post up many of other point guards. Just so strong. I mean, a freak athlete. Now he's going to pull the trigger on a step back 3 and add that to his point total.
Jeez, wow. That's crazy. You can't do anything else if you're Corey Frazee. That's a big time shot.
And now a turnover, another one for St. Paul. They are piling up. Let's take a second look at that last step back triple by Davis, who is halfway to becoming the career scoring leader. He's got 9, needs 18.
Wow. Had a good time out here by Coach Miner. Wants to kind of talk things over. I mean, I think St. Paul is doing a pretty good job defensively. Mansfield Christian just made some really tough shots here early on, and that's probably what he's telling his kids. Hey, it's early. We got to keep defending. They got to limit the turnovers, though. They can't give Mansfield Christian extra possessions because right now they're being extremely efficient on the offensive end, and you want to limit as many opportunities as they're going to get.
I want to say what's up to everybody watching out there live and free tonight on Facebook and then our YouTube channel 1. And with every timeout that's taken, I will dive into the comment section, see what you kids are up to out there. I see Dr. Corey Branham says hyperspeed indeed. This one could be a classic. Megan McKenzie cheering on Mansfield Christian. Samantha says, let's go Flyers. And then Megan Young, let's go Flames. What's up, Megan? Girls coach for Mansfield Christian, of course. And they're still alive in the Ohio Christian tournament. How about that rocker move by Davis to get in tight? Hard off the square, collects his own miss. Third time a charm, it is. Dude is on a mission, it seems like, Abe.
Yeah, he's playing like a kid that's not going to be denied, and when he gets into the paint, you can see where, he's going to be their school's all-time leading scorer. He is a problem. I love the blue shoes, too.
Makes him stand out.
As if his game didn't already. That only adds to it.
Davis, double-figure scoring already. St. Paul needs an answer. Won't find it here. Backcourt violation as Kirk had to go back and do his own section of the floor. And Mansfield Christian already got him doubled up. This is a chance to really kind of put a foot on the jugular these last 3 minutes.
Yeah, and I think that's why Wangler's coming back into the game. Coach Miner's like, hey, 13 is enough. They got to get some stops here. They got to get a stop and a score because, like you said, they're in danger of this one kind of getting out of hand early.
Deep three on the way for Gage. One and done. Wangler off the bench, already making contributions. Frazee hands it off. Here's Kirk. Surveys the floor, going to go opposite of the screen. Spinning, puts up a tough shot. Now Davis on the fly. Such pace for him tonight. He's been looking for his. He will again. Heading to the free throw line.
Yeah, he's a tough guard. He's shifty. He can handle it well with both hands, and a good move there to get himself to the free throw line. Here's what's going on is St. Paul is feeling the pressure right now just because Mansfield Christian is getting up and guarding, and Mansfield Christian's playing with pace. St. Paul is trying to emulate that, and they're playing a little bit too fast, and they haven't had a good look in the last couple of possessions. They got to stick to what's got them to this point. Even though they're down 14 right now, they got to chip away at this slowly. There's no 14, 15-point possession in basketball. You got to do what's got you here and work yourself back into this game, but you got to do it with your own identity and not play into the hands of the Flames.
Davis splits the pair. Now here comes the trap. Tipped into the hands of Amarr. One of the top still artists in North Central Ohio. Back diagonal pass. No look at that. Mack now with 11. Timeout. Flyers 16-8. The quarter score here. Let's take one last look at that no-look pass. Davion Mack puts it away. That 1-2 punch, I think it's been the most exciting combo that I personally have had the opportunity to witness so far this year. A lot of dunks, a lot of alley-oops, and you see now they've got some chemistry, a feel for one another, the senior and the freshman.
Yeah, no, those two play really well off one another, and you can tell where Mansfield Christian looks very comfortable when they're in transition, turning people over and just kind of getting to play. Yeah, I've been very impressed thus far in this first half.
See Shawnee put out there, says Roll Flames over on YouTube channel 1. About 150 of you all watching together over there. And then Daniel Stotts on the Facebook says Go Flames. Jory Skowronski watching from the Cougars den ahead of her game tonight. So Crestview about to take center stage in their sectional championship as St. Paul almost turns it over here, knocked out of the hands of Corey Frazee on his way to the rack.
A good take, though, by Frazee, trying to get something going to the rim. So St. Paul here gets out of this baseline out. They're going to a box set. They're on a 1-4 low to the last possession, the last baseline out that they had.
Pretty critical last 2 minutes here for the Flyers to try to unbury themselves from this big deficit. Got to make a run to feel good about yourselves going into the locker room. Nearly threw it away. Now inside, Kirk going to have a couple of free throws in his future. So catching a break here as Michael Kirk's on the free throw line. Just 2 team fouls for both units. Neither in danger of putting the other team into the bonus.
Yeah, it's been pretty clean in terms of that aspect of the game. Not so clean in terms of the number of turnovers, but actually impressive for Mansfield Christian, pressuring as much as they do to be able to not foul and play that kind of style.
Mack with the board, sends ahead. And Davis, I think, tried to fake a pass to the wing, lost the handle. Now Corey on the run. Got deflected by Westfield. Great length. Able to stretch out there, I think clipped just a little piece. Wyszynski, pull up Jay. Air ball. Mack inside. Can't send it in. Big chance for the Flyers. But boy, missing everything is Grant Cunley. Nice move by Martin. Short arm the shot. Catch and shoot. Kirk from the corner. Nice sign for St. Paul.
That's a big-time shot for them. That's been his spot. That's his third one. He's had 2 from that corner, 1 from the other one, and they got it down to 12. Now, I thought Mansfield Christian took a couple rush shots, but a big-time hit by Kirk there to get it back to 12. Mansfield Christian probably going to hold on to the last shot of the quarter here.
It appears that that's going to be at least a plan for now. Unless you can get a good look, and don't love that. Matt tried to no-look that pass inside. So it's going to be St. Paul basketball, 23 seconds. Chance to get this thing down to at least 10 or single digits.
Yeah, and that's just a freshman mistake there, not really understanding time and score, clock situation. So St. Paul's going to have a chance to get this to 10, maybe even single digits with 9.
Wangler from the foul line over
Nice
the top.
cut.
How about Kirk? Boy, he has put the city on his back. He's got 15 of the 19. Good if it goes, but Davis air mills it. And that is how the second quarter will end. 10-point lead for Mansfield Christian as we head into the locker rooms. Still 2 more quarters of action to come. We'll bring it back for the Spherion Mid-Ohio halftime report. Then get you all set for quarter number 3, and then everything that's still to come tonight on the OH Report. We are all over the place, so keep it here live and free. Tournament Hoops returns in just a moment. Hi, I'm OH Report founder Brian Skowronski, and you've just enjoyed first half action live and free exclusively right here on the OH Report. But stick around, still plenty more to come right here as our boys high school basketball returns after this.
Did you know that every parent in Ohio may now choose the right school for their child? Hi, I'm Dr. Cy Smith, Superintendent at Mansfield Christian School. Thanks to new legislation, all of Ohio's children are now eligible for a school voucher. No matter where you live, everyone qualifies, and 80% of Ohioans qualify for the full voucher amount. We are so excited for Christian families who can now align their child's education with their Christian values at a private school like Mansfield Christian. Give them the truth that they desperately want and need. Give them a Christian education. You can find out more information at mcsflames.org or call 419-756-5651.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
We guarantee nobody else gets you closer to the action than our exclusive coverage. So give me a call, Brian Skowronski, and let's make you a part of the game. Tonight's high school basketball tournament game brought to you folks live and free thanks to the generous sponsors that you're looking at on your screen right here. Give it up for Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers, serving Mansfield, Ashland, and Worcester. They boast the endorsement of national money expert Dave Ramsey and the team at Ramsey Solutions. Spherion Mid-Ohio, let them build the career that you want, the awesome team you want. They build relationships with you so they can get to understand what your needs are, and they get it for you fast. Tonight's broadcast also presented by Buckeye Horizon Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your local trained comfort specialist. And by Mansfield Christian Schools. Experience the embrace of a learning community that cherishes your child's growth and spiritual and academic development at Mansfield Christian Schools. And last but not least, Home and Kitchen Supply, your one-stop shop for kitchen and baths, windows and doors since 1970. We will be right back here inside of the hangar. Abe and I will break down what we saw in the first couple of quarters and get you all set for second half action.
Did you know that every parent in Ohio may now choose the right school for their child? Hi, I'm Dr. Cy Smith, Superintendent at Mansfield Christian School. Thanks to new legislation, all of Ohio's children are now eligible for a school voucher. No matter where you live, everyone qualifies, and 80% of Ohioans qualify for the full voucher amount. We are so excited for Christian families who can now align their child's education with their Christian values at a private school like Mansfield Christian. Give them the truth that they desperately want and need. Give them a Christian education. You can find out more information at mcsflames.org or call 419-756-5651.
Welcome you back inside the hangar here in fabulous Norwalk, Ohio for the MidOhioJobs.net halftime show. Brian Skowronski hanging out with you, and I have got Abram Kaple with me. Number 4 versus number 5 seeds here in a sectional championship showdown, and right now it is the 5th-seeded Flames of Mansfield Christian flexing a little bit on St. Paul. So you've got to see both of these teams just for 2 quarters so far. Your impressions of what each brings to the table.
Mansfield Christian extremely athletic, kind of just kind of play basketball a little bit, and they have. I mean, you can see why they could score a lot of points. Now, I do think St. Paul, the last 2 minutes of that quarter, the second quarter leading into half was huge for them.
Sure,
a little 6-0 run, and that don't sound like a lot, but we were talking a little bit. We were off the air. They were kind of on the brink of letting this get out of control. So whatever they did the last 2 minutes, it looked like they have a little bit more composure. I thought Mansfield Christian took a couple bad shots that gave them some extra possessions, but nonetheless, you're at a 10-point game, and you know you're still in it if you're Norwalk St. Paul.
Davion Mack, our player spotlight for the Flames, averages almost 19 a game, had 11 in the first half, didn't pick up any fouls, and nobody's in foul trouble yet. 1 foul on any player in the gym so far is the maximum. So Davion, obviously he's the best athlete in the gym in my personal opinion. He showcased it there a little bit in the first half, made a couple of tough shots, and around the rim, I mean, the kid, he's lights out when he's in the paint.
No, he is. He made a tough mid-range jumper. He's moved really well without the basketball, especially in transition. They do a good job of sharing it, but he had a couple nice backdoor cuts that Davis found him on. So you could tell that he's played a lot of ball, despite just being a freshman, because he's constantly moving on the offensive end and not just standing and watching. He did shoot a shot that coach probably didn't like late there in the quarter, but like you talked about, there's a lot of good with him, and there's a few mistakes that come with him being a freshman as well. So, and being his second tournament game, but nonetheless, he's a stud for sure, and he's going to have a great career and hopefully a great second half.
And then for Evan Wangler, the senior from St. Paul, limited to just 2 points, but he got a lot of help, of course, from Michael Kirk, who, he almost scored all of them for the Flyers. He didn't have to put up any.
No, Kirk shot it well. They did a good job. He's got 3 threes. He had a nice backdoor cut on a pass from Wangler. I do like Wangler around the rim, though. He had a drop step middle. I wish he would have used his right hand, but he's left-handed. He's big. He gets off the floor well, especially on his second jump. Look for him, too. I don't know how old he is. He's a senior, yeah. So, you would think that he's going to turn it on here in the second half. And I'm sure that's something that Coach Miner kind of talked to him about, to be like, hey, we got to go. So, we'll see what they kind of do. I'm curious to see what what St. Paul does defensively. They struggled kind of containing the dribble drive, and Davis was able to get to the paint whenever he wanted. So I want to see how they make adjustments here to try to keep him out of the paint.
Right away, Amarr Davis looking for his. Back iron, rebound comes out, collected by Wyszynski. So the Flames with the basketball to start quarter number 3, looking to add to their double-digit lead. As Matt goes to the rack, and look at the hang time.
Yeah, he wastes no time.
Double clutch and makes good off the square. 13 now. Flyers have done a much better job of handling that full court pressure in the second quarter. And they get another clean look, and guess who?
Yes, sir, Mr. Kirk from his spot. That right corner has been essentially automatic, and they cut it to 9.
Captain Kirk leading the ship tonight. 18 of the 22 for the Flyers. Davis lobs it inside Westfield. Fouled.
St. Paul has got to keep Mansfield Christian out of the paint. And they're that last possession looked like they're trying to turn up the intensity and pressure, but if you over-pressure and they get by you, it's going to be tough. You just got to keep them in front, force them to shoot jump shots.
Much easier said than done with this collection of great offensive weapons they have. Mack off the hesitation, step back from the corner, missed it. And Martin kicks it out to Davis. Here's Amarr the star. Look at the up fake. He gets bumped, lobs it, collects his own miss yet again. Davis with 4 offensive rebounds on the night.
Yeah, and I think almost all of them have come off his own misses. Like, he sees he's the first one that's going to miss it, and he's just going to go get it again. And again, they forced Davion Mack into that step-back jump shot. The offensive rebound is what got Davis back to the line.
Amar's got 13, joining his teammate number 13. So 26 of the 32 for Mack and Amarr. Swishes the second as well. Lead back up to 11. And this is where the chaos can ensue. At least that's what Mansfield Christian wants. Try to speed things up as Frazee lost the handle, came back to him. Kirk again, not this time. Wangler, strong rebound, pitches it inside, and Kirk is there.
Good job by Wangler to keep that possession alive, but now we know that Kirk is human after he missed that one. Oh, what an early turnover here.
Michael straight to the 10 and 1. What a performance for Michael Kirk. Heading to the free throw line already with over 20 points.
Wow. He's got 22 of their 26. Unbelievable.
Has basically willed this team right back into the game.
No, and right back into the game is what they are. The lead's only down to 6 now, so.
See Mansfield Christian a couple of times this season build sizable cushions and then allow opponents to get back into the game. Saw Lucas overcome them in their first meeting from double digits down. Diagonal pass inside. Westville hangs, missed it. Martin tied up, jump ball. Possession arrow's gonna favor the Flyers this time.
Yeah, that's Wangler again. You know, we have him as our player spotlight. A little substitution miscommunication, but you know, he only has the 2 points, but he's had some offensive rebounds. He's extended possessions. He just ties up a jump ball there, so he's doing a lot of the little things that don't always show up in the stat column. And St. Paul with a chance to trim this to 4.
Miscommunication that time, misfired from Bocock. Tried to get it to the hot hand.
Yeah, and rightfully so. Kirk is now being face guarded. And I think if you're any coach of any knowledge, that is the right decision to be made right now.
First turnover for the Flyers, though, in the third quarter after near double digits in the first half. As Wyszynski, a little floater, came up short. Bocock around the back, lost Davis. Spins, delivers to Wangler, and it's poked away. Davis comes away from the pack.
Ooh.
What a pass in traffic for Davion Mack.
Ooh.
Razzle dazzle and a timeout. Got to see that one more time, don't we? Whoop.
That was nasty.
And with his home and kitchen supply timeout, see what you guys are up to out there in the chat section. Oh, Josh Young, what's up, bro? Cheering on the Flames. Says he used to go to MC. Ali Shoemaker also cheering on Mansfield Christian. In Facebook land, Eric Mitchell. Coach Young, I owe you one for my Wendy's the other night. You the man? Got you next time. You can pay it forward. I'm kind of hungry here too, Abe. Take some dinner.
Coach Mitchell with a big game tomorrow night. His New London Lady Wildcats are going to take on the Danbury Lakers over at Willard High School.
And there's some debate going on. Maybe are you going to take over for Coach Holtman in Columbus?
Who? Who asked that?
Looks like Whitaker Myers, Wealth Manager, is one of our sponsors. Maybe they'll pony up a couple of bucks to get you down there and get an interview.
I'll tell you my thoughts on that at a break.
Oh, deal. Clean look inside. St. Paul answers. Bucket for Brock Hauk. His first points of the action. Back to Papa. Works out well that time as Max able to come through off the backboard.
Let me tell you this, Brian. There's not a dollar amount in the world that I would take to coach Ohio State.
They're handing out a lot of money to Holtman not to coach.
Well, yeah, nothing.
Maybe you get yourself in one of those positions where you get the contract, you try to get fired, and then you just live off the easy money.
I'll wear Buckeye Central red and gray, but that's the only red and gray that I'm wearing.
I got you. You're a Michigan guy?
I'm a Carolina basketball fan.
Oh, yes, sir. That's right.
Oh, no. St. Paul has done a much better job here this second half of handling the pressure. That may be one of their only turnovers thus far, but
kind of a costly one as it's a three-pointer. Bang, bang, bang from downtown for Wyszynski.
Yeah, there's a stat in college and in the NBA, points off turnovers, and that's going to be 3 for Mansfield Christian. He makes them pay. Good hesitation dribble there, though, by Landon Fries. Kind of got the in and out, stutter step, Almost an and one. It gets them back to the free throw line. But Mansfield Christian's pushed this back to 10.
Excellent job of using his body, too, there. As he draws the second foul on Davion Mack. Correction, just the first on Davion. Able to split the pair as he cashes in the second. And Martin going to spell out his fellow freshman, going to give Mack a quick breather. Davion heads to the bench, 16 points. Normally at this juncture in the game, that'd be the leading scorer, but 23 on the other side for Mr. Kirk. Rensel lets it fly from the corner. Louse over the top, keeps the possession alive, and now Davis heading back to the free throw line. Already had a couple trips there.
I don't love that call. I thought he was a little out of control. I felt like that was a little bit of a bailout, but Mansfield Christian's kind of had some bad misses, which have led to some weird offensive rebounds because, like that air ball there, it doesn't hit anything and it ends up in Mansfield Christian's hands. But offensive rebounds have been really pivotal for the Flames.
Get one more look here from the line. Flames back up by 10. Clean look for Frazee, lets it fly. Can't knock it down. Here's Connor with a board. Martin, tough catch in traffic. And Amarr diving through, able to find Louse backside. That time no whistle came.
Yeah, good pass there though by Davis.
Bocock, head fake. Puts it in. Bit of a seesaw battle going on right now as it's back to single digits. Amarr's been able to get by that first defender with general ease so far tonight. Now a clean look to Rensel, fouled on the floor.
Yeah, I'm a little confused at what St. Paul's trying to do here defensively.
They just picked up their fifth foul, puts Mansfield Christian in the bonus with 2:27 remaining here in the third. Rensel has provided some nice leadership and offense off the bench all season for Mansfield Christian. That one gets him into the scorebook tonight. Second one, rims out. Martin, 2 offensive rebounds, but travel. So Dre Martin inside, no second chance points. And had to move both feet to get out of trouble. Off that check there, Davis is going to pick up his first. Doesn't love the call.
No, but no harm there. Just his first. Being aggressive.
Mansfield Christian still with a foul to give before the Flyers would land into the bonus themselves. Just over 2 minutes remaining before we get to money time. Bocock forces that one up. Had the height advantage.
Wow, good job.
Ends in the hands of Martin, able to put it away on the fast break. Davis with a clean theft.
Really unselfish play in that transition.
Amarr wants to clear it out and go to work.
Ooh.
Can't thread the needle.
Yeah, would have been a big bucket there for them. A good stop here by St. Paul.
Good second look on the Buckeye Horizon replay of that transition bucket for Mansfield Christian to push the deficit back up to double figures. As Frazee off the attack will head to the charity stripe. Corey Frazee, 2 points so far.
Mansfield Christian's had a couple opportunities to kind of slam the door shut, but St. Paul just doing enough to hang around, and it's back to 9. So just got to string together a couple consecutive stops here.
That's got to be the mission right now if you're the Flyers. And quite the opposite, of course, for Mansfield Christian. Like to create some separation heading into the fourth as Davis gets in tight. Rensel's got his back. Final minute of the third quarter. Frazee with the kick out. This launch from the corner, a little too much sauce there for Landon Freeze. And now the 2-on-1, Amarr to the rack, shot blocked.
Oh, wow.
Kirk caught a piece.
St. Paul's got numbers, you got to go.
Working inside, free throws coming for Brock Hauk. But you're absolutely right, they had that 4-on-3 action. Weren't able to get a good shot.
I'm not sure they were totally aware that they had an advantage there.
Nearly an air ball there on the free throw attempt for Brock. Both teams now with 5 fouls, each in the bonus. Deficit down to 10. And Davis walking it in between the circles. In all likelihood, Flames will hold for the final shot of the frame. It's been good back and forth action here in the third. Both teams have scored 16 points. As Davis darts underneath and it lips out. Westfield a second try. Down to 2 seconds and Martin puts it in just ahead of the horn. As we will head to money time in Mansfield Christian, a 12-point lead.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
It is money time here inside of the hangar. Norwalk St. Paul trails it by a dozen as they are hosting number 5 seed Mansfield Christian here tonight. Sectional championship up for grabs. The winner moving on to the Division 4 Willard District. I'm Brian Skowronski. Abe Kaple is with me here this evening. And really good third quarter action back and forth. Mansfield Christian getting that last bucket to extend their lead by 2. And a 12-point differential here I think that's going to be hard for the Flyers to try to dig themselves out of, but obviously not impossible.
No, definitely a better third quarter, though, from St. Paul. But, it does feel like Mansfield Christian is in, I'll use the word complete control of this game. Not to say that it couldn't happen, but they just look really, really dominant right now. And unless St. Paul can continue to get defensive rebounds.
And some free throws and a chance to begin the quarter with the first couple points.
The thing with Mansfield Christian is Davis just draws so much attention, and even though he's missed some shots around the rim, a lot of the St. Paul kids are just kind of getting caught ball watching, and then they're missing opportunities, to check their person out, and they're giving up offensive rebounds, and that's kind of where Mansfield Christian has hurt them on second chance points.
You got to cash these in right now. Bocock will get one more opportunity. And Jacob missed them both. So leaving some money on the table right there. As he picks up Davis. Takes the screen, gets the switch. Wangler on him. Amarr with the hesitation and a travel.
Couldn't really see. Must have shuffled his feet underneath.
So the ball back over to St. Paul. And they'll get the first 2 points here of the fourth. Excellent take there by Landon Freese.
St. Paul going to show a little bit of zone pressure here.
Tipped away backside from Mack. So a giveaway. And a great opportunity right now for the Flyers. Start building some confidence early in the frame. Kirk with the kick out. Catch and shoot. Wangler inside. He's been quiet offensively. Makes a big play right there.
Yeah, good job by being on the inside. Worked himself in position. And
Martin halfway home. Toilet bowled its way out. Take a look at that last basket on the replay. Evan Wangler, first points here of the second half.
No, but a good job, though, by Davion Mack to not foul. Just kind of gave up the layup. That easily could have been an and one, had he not been using his head. But just you kind of got to pick your battles, and that was a good one to just kind of give up the 2 points there.
Crazy wild one right there.
Oh, that's going to go on Davis, yeah.
And Amarr all of a sudden has picked up 2 fouls here in the
fourth. 2
fourth.
quick ones, yeah.
See the surprise on his face. Let's take a look. Might have extended that right arm.
Yeah, I think that's what the official is looking at.
Wow, a catch and shoot and a huge three. It's down to 5 off the triple make for Corey Frazee. Now the St. Paul fans starting to get into it.
Good job there by Martin to back it out.
But Davis up and under.
Jeez. Tough finish. St. Paul's going to a little bit of that zone pressure. 5-second call. Quick 5. Especially on a made basket. Wow.
Yeah, it certainly felt that way. And another look at the last bucket by Amarr Davis.
But St. Paul's going to a soft zone pressure in the full court. And they're not necessarily doing it to turn them over, but it is getting the ball into other people's hands other than Davis. And Mansfield Christian has taken some quick shots, but Martin on that last possession pulled it back out and got it back to Davis for an easy layup. So
5-second call going the other way this time. So DeAndre Martin with the pressure by Landon Freese.
Jacob Bocock to the bench for St. Paul. I thought he's done a really nice job here in the second half to kind of work them back into this game. Let's see how long Coach Miner is going to sit him.
Grant Coonley into the mix for him. Here's Frazee again. And now Davis picks it up. 4-on-2. Amarr going to the rack, and with that, He has become the all-time leading scorer in Mansfield Christian history. What an accomplishment for Amarr Davis. Take a look at these numbers, over 1,600 points. Big-time scorer as a sophomore and junior with the emergence of these two freshmen. He's been more of a facilitator, rebounder, floor general for Mansfield Christian this season. But he's been awesome his entire career.
Yeah, this is the first I've seen him play. And actually, I remember when he was a freshman. But no, he's outstanding. He's really fun to watch. And just like that last bucket, if he gets going downhill, he might as well just put points on the board because that's almost automatic.
Passes Jerry Klein 1641, and that record has stood since 1971, Abe.
40-plus years.
50-plus.
Big math guy over here. 50-plus. But a much needed basket there from Mansfield Christian. Let's see if St. Paul responds here. They're still hanging around.
Very much in this game, down just 9. Running out of time just a bit, though. Just under 5 minutes remaining. But they own a 7-4 advantage right now in the fourth quarter. And this man has not scored in a while, but Kirk almost drills a deep three. Referee says off the restraint. And a couple Flyers in position for an offensive board.
Yeah, so let's see what they do here.
Against Amarr Davis, full court pressure.
A one-man press break.
It
like
has
those.
not gone well for any opponent that I've seen. Shows you why right there.
Yeah, that's a tough guard. I mean, shoot. And St. Paul turns it over on the inbound.
Oh, interesting. I'll back it up here on the replay. Take a look real fast. So it's a turnover. Mack tried to put somebody on a poster. And then he drew the foul.
Well, they called it out of bounds because it rimmed all the way to the ceiling, but that would have been an exclamation point if I ever would have seen one.
He's landed on my top cuts of the week a bunch.
Listen, he jumped off 2 feet inside the block and was about to punch that thing.
Goes down for 0 points, though.
That it does.
So St. Paul still a chance. Freeze turned away, but the follow there for Kirk.
Turn it back over.
It's Michael with the basketball. Wangler. Can he recollect? Finally does. Inside to Coonley. And a loose ball foul, I think, will go against Mansfield Christian.
Yeah, it will. And Washewski just kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't think he really did anything. But Wangler just kind of went up and over the top as he went for that rebound and got called for a foul.
It's the third on Mansfield Christian. St. Paul yet to commit a personal here in the final frame. As they run Frazee off. Great basketball. Back
really good
7.
pass by Corey Frazee. Saw that he was doubled, and Wangler kind of just slipped that screen, an easy one.
Davis with the ball on a string, kind of playing with his food right now. Leaves it inside for Rentzel. Now Davis sees an opening down the middle of the lane. Takes the bump, missed it. Mack to the third level.
Oh, nice pass.
What a shovel in traffic. Rentzel the recipient, but how about a freshman making that play?
Yeah, he is really smooth.
Like some Jif silky peanut butter. Big takeaway here for the Flames. See if they can capitalize. Mack leaves it off for Martin. Back-to-back assists for Davion Mack.
That's a big one, too.
Take a second look at that last hoop, and Mack just
Yeah.
looking off the defense.
Good decision here. They still had 3 timeouts left, and there's still a lot of time, 2.5 minutes.
4-0 run by Mansfield Christian forces the Home and Kitchen Supply timeout. As we'll see if there's any more chatter out there. Ashley Shaban says, "Mama, there go that man again." Hashtag Justice Thompson. Interesting. So she must be watching the Crestview game. I assume Justice is going off. That's kind of what he does. Let's see. Hubert Davis might be calling Lynn Media to get Coach Kaple out of his advertising contract and onto the UNC staff. That's a little rumor floating around in the chat section. Jacob is watching from Mexico.
Wait, who said that?
Whitaker Myers. I mean, they're starting all sorts of rumors here, eh?
Wow. Wouldn't that be the dream?
It really would. I mean, no disrespect to Mansfield, Ohio, and Bucyrus, I think, is where you're living, or Galleon area, but Chapel Hill kind of got some flavor out there, and then baby blue, the prettiest color on earth. And Whitaker Myers, our favorite Mansfield Christian sponsor, we can pick favorites here, says congrats to Amarr, all-time MCS great. There's no question about that. He has been playing big since he was a freshman. Off the tip, man, Mack. 34-inch vertical. You saw a lot of it right there.
Oh, he was calling for the oop on the other end.
Bet. Probably should have been lobbed there by Amarr. Instead, it's Captain Kirk coast to coast. Puts up the cells and takes it in.
Man, he's played really well. That was a nice high pickup there.
Here's Davion responding immediately. As St. Paul, their season, the hourglass running out of time. Might get a clean look for Coonley. Can't bury it. Mack another rebound. And tipped out of bounds by Wangler. The referees are trying to give the ball to St. Paul. Yeah, definitely was last touched by Evan. So they'll correct it.
I love what Mansfield Christian does, though. Full court pressure the entire game.
Yup.
If they turn you over, great. If not, but you're going to know that they're there. And, you know, that's what I tried to do when I was at Buckeye Central. Is we wanted to guard the full length of the floor the entire game. And thankfully we had the athletes to do so. But Mansfield Christian does too. And it's won them a lot of games this year.
Looking to add another to the total right here. What a feed by Davis. A complete all-around night for Amarr the Star. 21 points, multiple assists.
He just kind of lulls you to sleep and with the ball on a string, and next thing you know, your man's cut right behind you because you've been watching the show that he's been putting on.
I don't think there's a better ball handler in North Central Ohio in terms of the acceleration when he decides to go. I mean, he hits the gas, hits the gear, and he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Another foul, just the second on the Flyers, so they've got 2 more to give before this becomes a free throw shooting contest. There's number 3.
The Mansfield Christian has other really nice pieces around him too. You know what I mean? It's not just him. Davion Mack has been solid. Wyszynski has been really solid too.
The 2 freshmen coming in, the transfers from Mansfield City Schools, have been so big time because it's a very talented senior class for Mansfield Christian who, even if the freshmen didn't come in, they had expectations of competing for the Mid-Buckeye Conference Championship. And then you bring in 2 athletes like that, all it can do is elevate the program, and it certainly has. And that will be the 5th. And here comes free throws for the Flames. Davis Wyszynski got 7 so far, chance for 2 more. Davis, a kid that has just learned to play his role this season and has done it exceptionally well.
And that's kind of just been the story of St. Paul's night. Just some unfortunate turnovers, and Mansfield Christian just the constant pressure and making sure that they feel you. And
yeah, it's a consistent weight that just eventually it's like a big tidal wave. It buries you by the end of the night. And so far to this point in the season, only 4 opponents have not felt the wrath of that. Because you look at their score differential on the season, they've got the 4 losses. All of their wins basically are by like 20 points or more. They've just been smashing folks.
And St. Paul has played well in stretches, right? 3-4 minutes at a time. Have cut it. They got it all the way down to 6 with the basketball, but that's the closest they could get. And then eventually, like you said, the weight and the consistency of the pressure just kind of wears on you. And that's what pressing teams do, though. Like if you can't handle pressure, they're gonna win a lot of lopsided games.
Final 35 seconds of Norwalk St. Paul season come to a close here at home. But the Flames just a little bit too much burn tonight. And that gentleman right there with a huge performance, 23 points for Davis on the night where he becomes the scoring king. Now a rebound. I mean, the kid's probably close to a triple-double. And a little showtime to close things out for Davion Mack.
Oh, and they teed him up.
So a tech, but that'll wrap things up anyways. 69-50 Mansfield Christian, 19-point winner. They will move on to districts. We will hear from Amarr Davis, the new career scoring record holder for Mansfield Christian, on the other side of the break. Plus, we'll have the net cutting ceremony and more. Live and free, Hoops returns in just a moment.
Did you know that every parent in Ohio may now choose the right school for their child? Hi, I'm Dr. Cy Smith, Superintendent at Mansfield Christian School. Thanks to new legislation, all of Ohio's children are now eligible for a school voucher. No matter where you live, everyone qualifies, and 80% of Ohioans qualify for the full voucher amount. We are so excited for Christian families who can now align their child's education with their Christian values at a private school like Mansfield Christian. Give them the truth that they desperately want and need. Give them a Christian education. You can find out more information at mcsflames.org or call 419-756-5651.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
We
guarantee nobody else gets you closer to the action than our exclusive coverage. So give me a call, Brian Skowronski, and let's make you a part of the game.
Welcome you back inside the hangar in Norwalk on the campus of St. Paul High School for the Mid-OhioJobs.net postgame show. And high atop the ladder, that is Amarr Davis, the new scoring king, the best scorer in the history of Mansfield Christian basketball. And you watch it all go down live and free right here in this tournament action. I mean, the dude was phenomenal all over the floor. You talked about what he does offensively just in terms of drawing a lot of eyeballs, tons of attention, of course, and 23 points as well. So he's more than just a facilitator and a ball handler.
No, he can really do it all, and, you know, he's a special player and a phenomenal athlete. We kind of talked in the break that he's a stud wide receiver for Mansfield Senior, so it's going to be hard to imagine that he's not playing at some level collegiately, whether it's on the basketball court or on the football field, but he is really fun to watch.
I love his potential as a football player who he got all the Tiger records too for receiving, but I just think that he's built a little bit different and he's got a great basketball sense and awareness that he might try both. I'd like to see him give it a shot maybe at the D3 level. Hey, why not? Go play some football, and then in the winter, hey, I can do double duty.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're that talented, I mean, yeah, why not?
Why not?
Fortunate to be blessed with all that athleticism, and seems like a good kid too, and, you know, so credit to him for the accolades that he's been able to achieve so far.
We'll hear from Amarr Davis here momentarily. He's taking a bunch of pics with fans right now, and I know that he's got a big contingent of folks in the Mansfield area that have enjoyed watching him play over the last 4 years. Really, it's been a treat too this season. The last couple of years, he averaged 20-plus points. This year, the couple freshmen come in. Davion Mack now, he's elevated. He was like a 14-point scorer at the beginning of the year. Now he's the leading scorer, almost 19. So Amarr, he's recognized that. And for the betterment of the team, he's become not more passive per se, but he's allowed others to be co-stars with him.
No, and that's awesome. Like when you get more help to be able to do that, you know, and they got 19 wins because of it. So, you know, that kind of tells me that wins are more important to him than scoring, you know, 20-plus points a game.
Looks like Amarr's here now, so we'll go ahead and take one more quick commercial timeout. We will hear from Amarr the Star in just a moment.
Did you know that every parent in Ohio may now choose the right school for their child? Hi, I'm Dr. Cy Smith, Superintendent at Mansfield Christian School. Thanks to new legislation, all of Ohio's children are now eligible for a school voucher. No matter where you live, everyone qualifies, and 80% of Ohioans qualify for the full voucher amount. We are so excited for Christian families who can now align their child's education with their Christian values at a private school like Mansfield Christian. Give them the truth that they desperately want and need. Give them a Christian education. You can find out more information at mcsflames.org or call 419-756-5651.
just enjoyed sectional championship action live and free exclusively right here on OH Report, thanks to all these amazing sponsors, including Spherion Mid-Ohio, Mansfield Christian Schools. Tonight's broadcast also presented by Buckeye Horizon, heating, cooling, and plumbing, your local Trane comfort specialist. Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. And Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers, who's got national money expert Dave Ramsey giving them advice. Why not give John Mark Young and Company your cash? They'll turn it into more. And Home and Kitchen Supply, the one-stop shop for kitchen and baths, windows and doors in the greater Mansfield area since 1970. Amarr Davis is getting the team photo right now. He came up to join us and then was like, oh, shoot, I'm going to be left out of a little chunk of history. So he's getting the pick right now. And then we will hear from Amarr here in just a couple of seconds as Mansfield Christian actually doing a group prayer. So we'll take one more quick commercial and actually Kerry Craner up here as well. So we'll hear from him in just a second.
Did you know that every parent in Ohio may now choose the right school for their child? Hi, I'm Dr. Cy Smith, Superintendent at Mansfield Christian School. Thanks to new legislation, all of Ohio's children are now eligible for a school voucher. No matter where you live, everyone qualifies, and 80% of Ohioans qualify for the full voucher amount. We are so excited for Christian families who can now align their child's education with their Christian values at a private school like Mansfield Christian. Give them the truth that they desperately want and need. Give them a Christian education. You can find out more information at mcsflames.org or call 419-756-5651.
You have better things to do.
Hanging out now with the victorious coach of the evening, Kerry Craner from Mansfield Christian. 20 wins for this club this season. I know that that's a career best for you here with the Flames. What have you liked about the way that this team has prepared and then played all season long? Because, I mean, you've been in every single battle and you've had a lot of lopsided victories.
Yeah, I mean, we got a great group of seniors that just, they come to practice every day. They have fun when they play. They work hard, and that pushes everybody. Our two freshmen, it gets them really going. I've coached Amarr now the 4 years, that I've been coaching, and he's a freshman, and he's grown every year, and it's great to see, tonight he becomes the all-time scoring record at our school, but still he's wanting to make the assists first and shoot second. So I've seen a lot of development in him, from the last number of years where he would think, score first, which that was a lot on us. We would tell him to do that. We didn't have the other guys to score, and it's been great because we have a lot of balance on the offensive end. We're pretty quick. We like to play a lot of pressure type of defense and speed it up. So it's just been a great year with these guys, and looking forward to keep playing.
No question about it, yeah. Almost 1,700 career points for Amarr, so we know he can put the ball in the basket, but the infusion with those two freshmen into the lineup, it's really changed the style that he goes about attacking on the offensive end. What have Dre and Davion meant to your guys' lineup and overall just kind of schematically how you attack the game?
Right. It's huge. I mean, we don't run a lot of sets. I mean, we want to push the ball. We want to attack the rim. Dre is one of the, I think he's been described as, slick, sly. I mean, he gets in. He gets a lot of offensive rebounds for us. And usually when he gets those rebounds, it's going back in. He'll get a lot of putbacks. Davion is just, I mean, he's a phenomenal freshman, just super athletic. Still has to learn some things being a freshman, but great having him here. Got to keep his confidence up. I hugged him down there and said, listen, I'm putting you back in because I believe in you. I believe you can do it after he missed that dunk. And he went in and played good for us there those last few minutes. So those two guys added that extra speed that pushed everybody else. And in practice, it's so competitive. And so, if you practice competitive, you're going to play competitive. And our motto throughout the year has been we got to play at such a pace that it's uncomfortable for the other team. So we call it play at an uncomfortable pace, and that's what we're trying to do.
That's how it looks more often, night in, night out. So it's translated, of course, to the floor as you move on to the district round, potentially a matchup with Colonel Crawford, the #1 seed. Just tell me about the belief within this group and some of the expectations that you put on your own shoulders before you entered into the playoffs.
Oh yeah, we talked all year, you know, that we coaching staff believe, and we're trying to get them, and they do now believe that we can get through districts. You know, Mansfield Christian's never done that,
right?
And we show them at almost every practice up on the board there. You know, there's no district championship up there, guys. Let's put this year's date up there, and we you know, I think they believe. You know, they know they're good. We just got to continue to play and get better. That's what we say. Every game we got to get better than the game we played before. You know, you get this far into it, you're playing a great team that's coached great. You know, they're going to come out and they're going to try to do some things probably different to us, and so we have to be ready for that. You know, we have to be able to not make dumb mistakes and bad turnovers and play our game, and I think we'll be okay.
Well, congratulations. Not only do you win, you have to come on the road here in the Hangar, a place that's been really challenging for opponents to win. You get it done tonight. Moving on to the districts, and really looking forward to seeing how the team continues to progress as you march on in the tournament.
Absolutely.
All right, Kerry Craner, head coach for Mansfield Christian. Moving on.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm OH.REPORT founder Brian Skowronski, and you've just enjoyed first half action live and free exclusively right here on the OH Report. But stick around, still plenty more to come. Hi, I'm OH.REPORT founder Brian Skowronski, and you've just enjoyed first half action live and free exclusively right here on the OH Report.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Back now with our Whitaker Myers MVP, and there's no question about it, the all-time scoring king for Mansfield Christian. You hear that, man, and it's got to bring a big smile to your face. A lot of work, and you've been doing it since you were a freshman, so to get over that milestone and to now be the top dog in the history of the school, you'll have a chance to reflect, but for right now in this moment, I mean, how dope is it?
It feels great, man, honestly. Me and the guys put in a lot of work, not just me, myself. Me, Davis, all the seniors, we've been with each other for a while. We said that last week. No, senior night, we've been with each other for a while. Without them, I don't know where I'd be at right now.
Amarr the star right here, baby.
That's right. Getting some love from one of your senior buddies. And I think what's been so cool about watching you is the last couple of years you were asked to be a scoring giant for this team, and you were over 20 points per game this year. Not necessarily that you've taken a back seat, but you've got some other dudes that can score as well. So you've been doing a lot more facilitating, some ball handling, and I think your rebounding totals are up as well. So just the evolution of your game. Describe it to me and how it's been different this senior campaign.
Well, trying to get the younger guys to have a feel of the game with games. So when I do have to take over like tonight, when there's big moments, I do have to take over. And coach told me, hey, we need you to step up now. So you can tell I can feel the leadership role when I need to, but I try to create open looks for not just myself, but for everybody else. I love having assists. I love making that extra pass to find somebody. We love seeing Davion dunk. That's very electric. So
having those two freshmen, what type of difference has that made just for this roster from top to bottom and the way that you guys execute and play on offense and defense?
Actually, as Coach explained it to us at the beginning of this playoff, he was like, nobody wants to play us. Everybody's scared of the defense because y'all move too fast, or y'all quick, fast-paced. We're a fast-break team, and that's what we've been shooting for since my freshman year. So now that we actually have it, that's 10 times faster and more athletic. You can see how the work pays out in the games that y'all see, not just in practice. So that, and with, again, Davion is very explosive, Drake explosive too. They help expand the floor so much more than it already was.
Well, you got the net around your neck here. Mansfield Christian, not a lot of tournament lore in terms of the banners, never won a district championship. So as you guys move on to the next round, give me a gauge of just your sense of belief and how this unit feels like they can compete when you get on in the playoffs here.
Honestly, we just got to take it one step at a time. We got to play our brand of basketball and not nobody else's.
Well, very much looking forward to seeing you guys compete on the stage there at Willard. Congratulations on being our Whitaker Myers MVP. I imagine you got a lot of shout-outs you want to give tonight. Go for it.
First off, I want to thank God, man. Truly, he blessed me with so many abilities. For a second, we thought it was all done just because of when the football injury with my knee. We thought it was all done, but Pastor Mark Cobbs, he came up to me and was like, "Oh, you all right? God already told me you fine." So I just want to thank God for sure. Blessed me with so much ability, so many abilities, so many talents. Then I want to thank all my brothers on the team. I love them to death. My coaches, my family, my dad, been with me every step of the way throughout the whole journey. Been pushing me. Shout out to all the people back home, all my family around the world right now. I love y'all. Mansfield Christian, we're going to keep on pushing.
All right, Amarr Davis, the all-time career scoring leader in the history of Mansfield Christian, man. Good stuff. Congratulations on being our most valuable player.
Thank you.
Did you know that every parent in Ohio may now choose the right school for their child? Hi, I'm Dr. Cy Smith, Superintendent at Mansfield Christian School. Thanks to new legislation, all of Ohio's children are now eligible for a school voucher. No matter where you live, everyone qualifies, and 80% of Ohioans qualify for the full voucher amount. We are so excited for Christian families who can now align their child's education with their Christian values at a private school like Mansfield Christian. Give them the truth that they desperately want and need. Give them a Christian education. You can find out more information at mcsflames.org or call 419-756-5651.
Back here in Norwalk, wrapping things up, Brian Skowronski and Abe Kaple after a 69-50 victory for Mansfield Christian on the road here at St. Paul. So the Flames marching on as the number 5 seed, and you can tell talking to their coach, hearing from Amarr Davis, now the career scoring leader. This is a team that feels like they are far from done. They think that they've got the ponies in the race that can march on even to a regional, Abe, and now that you got to see them here in person for the first time this season, what say you about the potential?
No, I'm a believer. I mean, they do a lot of things really, really well. They're extremely athletic. They guard. They play super hard. They have a superstar. They have nice role players. They got all the pieces. So, yeah, I mean, if I'm them, I'm feeling really good too. You know, there was, from pretty much start to finish, they dominated this game. They're probably going to get Colonel Crawford, which could be a little bit of a contrast in styles,
sure.
But they definitely have some playmakers and some athletes to win a district championship in a game in a regional.
And for Norwalk St. Paul, as they say farewell to their 23-24 season, still accomplished a lot. Firelands Conference champions, knocked off Crestview, the only loss so far for one of the top 5 teams in Division III in the state. can't be feeling good. Obviously, leaving the gym here tonight, losing at home, but I think a lot of smiles and plenty to be grateful for and like about the season.
No, absolutely. And you know, as a player and as a coach, when you lose in the tournament, it's definitely the toughest night of the year, and especially for the seniors that, you know, this is kind of your last go-around. But like you said, they have a lot to be, you know, proud of. They've accomplished a lot. You know, being finals conference champions, like you said, that only lost to, Crestview's only loss. Definitely, you know, a lot of memories made, and, you know, basketball is definitely an avenue and a gateway to make you become a better person. And hopefully they learn some valuable skills over the past, you know, 4 years for those guys.
Well, their season is over, and so is our coverage here tonight up in Norwalk. Appreciate you making the drive up here, Abe, straight from work, and got here just in the nick of time.
Mach speed, baby.
Made it happen. A big thank you to Jeremy Peoples as well, our top cam operator here tonight. And we could not do it without our generous sponsors, all combining to bring you live and free coverage, including Mechanics Bank, Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers, Spherion Mid-Ohio, Buckeye Horizon Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Home and Kitchen Supply, and Mansfield Christian Schools. For my awesome staff and everybody back home at the OH Report, we say so long for tonight. We've got 3 other sectional championship live streams going on right now, plus tomorrow, plenty of district championship action for the ladies. So keep it locked in on the OH Report. We are the future of local sports.